Nityanandam, my name is Nithyatva and I'm from Singapore. I'd like to share with you my personal experience of the space of Nithyatva. After the initiation by Swamiji, my guru, his name is Bhagavan Sri Nityananda Paramashivam, on the 16th of October. In the morning satsang, he initiated the whole world into this space of Nithyatva. Nithyatva is a space of eternity, what he called also the space of Kailasa, where matter and energy merges, or the matter and antimatter dissolves. So simply without your effort, just by your will, that is the space. This is the space of Paramashiva. So only by his blessing, he initiated all the disciples, devotees, followers who are following him through a morning satsang. So the evening after the initiation, I happened to be at the Singapore Ardinam because I had to host an evening program. And because I arrived early, so I decided to fit Ganapati at Singapore Ardinam. We have a few Ganapati deities there. So I remember when I fetched the milk and when I sat with him, the moment I chanted the mantra, Mahaganapati Parampure, each time I chanted, my Kundalini got awakened. So because I chanted 3 times, each time my whole body jostled with a very strong, intense energy of Kundalini awakening. Then I noticed that the moment I started to feed Ganesha, I entered into this other state of consciousness, like samadhi, pretty much when I'm in that state of samadhi, because sometimes when I sit in the unclutching space, I get into that space of samadhi. So it's interesting, in that space, even though you are aware, but you are in a different dimension. That's all I can say. So at first he didn't drink, to be honest, although I was in that outer state of consciousness. But through will persistence, through being patient and with passion, eventually Ganapati drank the milk from the wooden spoon which I fed him. So that was such a joyful moment when you start seeing the milk disappearing from the spoon, which basically says that he accepted the Naivedyam and the blessing of Nithyatva space. So that was my first experience of Nithyatva space. Then the next morning, as usual, I woke up early to do my morning practice, my yoga, and then I sat in unclutching. For the very first time, I entered into this vibrant, alive, fresh space, which is so energetic that I'm just in like intense awareness, restful awareness. The restful awareness, this vibrant space is like a few hundred times more intense than normal that I would experience. That's what I can describe. But you have to experience it yourself. That only so much I can describe. So then the next moment, I tried again to feed Ganesha. I tried many times. In fact, throughout the day, playing with him. Sometimes he drinks, sometimes he doesn't respond at all. Then the next morning, I noticed that I had a very fascinating dream. I was in that space of Nithyatva, started penetrating into my dream state and my waking state. In my dream state, I saw myself conducting meetings with the Gurukul team. And I was like giving instruction, and it's just like what I was doing in the waking state, having a meeting with my team lead, was quite fascinating. Then after the consciousness landed into the body, the moment I woke up from the dream state, I just started chanting the mantra, Mahaganapati Parampurali. So, affirming the prayer to him without being prompted, it was just so fascinating that it was just automatic. Normally I don't chant that mantra, so it just happened naturally. So having connected to him again and chanting that mantra helps me to again raise to that outer state of consciousness, the outer state of Nithyatva. So then that evening, I happened to again try to feed Ganesha, and this time round, I also tried to feed my deity, Devi Durga, and it was so amazing. She started drinking so effortlessly, and it was such a joy to see all the different god and goddesses accepting the Naivedyam from all of us, especially when you're in the space of Nithyatva with the integrity to the Guru, Swamiji, who allow us to guide us to the space of Kailasa and connecting with Ganapati, who is the gatekeeper of Kailasa. And now that we know that space truly exists, Kailasa is real. And in fact, I had also had one more realization. In that space, whatever I will, I can just manifest. That is a space I cognized. In fact, I've experimented a few things last couple of days, and I noticed that whatever I will from that space of Nithyatva, simply it gets manifested. And simply visions start happening to guide me to make certain decision, which actually unfold itself effortlessly. So I'm enjoying that space on Nithyatva. So if you are fascinated in this space, please don't miss the initiation and start connecting with Swamiji in the space of Nithyatva. With that, I would like to conclude this video. I offer my gratitude to Swamiji for initiating us into this space of possibility, the space of Nithyatva.